Hey guys, how are you doing tonight? I got to keep my voice down because my nephew is he's still recuperating from some kind of virus that he has, and he's right in the next room. And he's trying to rest. So I'm Julie with Nothing is Wasted Designs, and we're going to do a greeting card tonight. I've been wanting to. I got some of these. So this is what we're going to make. We're going to make this little sled. I guess it's a sled. And these are the die cuts that go with it. And so I'm going to just do start to finish with y'all, including cutting the paper and folding the paper. And we're going to see where it takes us. So come on in. Let's see, I want to cut this. Let's see. So I guess it's 5.5, so let's do 5.5 inches. The paper that I'm using is, what's his name? All right, I'm going to put this out of the way because I don't think I'm going to use it again, but if I do, I'll get it out. Oh shoot, Simon Hurley. So come on in. Hey Berta, did you see what we're going to make tonight? I'm gonna try making this sled. And guess what I'm going to use? I'm going to use my handy dandy favorite little cuddle kids that you gave me. So I'm pretty excited about that. All right, so we've cut our paper. We just took our paper lengthwise and cut it in half, okay? We cut it in half. And now we have 5.5 by 8.5 inches. Caught you live. Oh, good. I hope this turns out. I've been wanting to make this sled for a while. All right, so now what we have is we have 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to cut this in half. I'm not cut it, but we're going to score it in half, and that's going to make it so that we can fold this. I know I haven't done much with cards lately, and I've been wanting to do it, and I thought, well, you know, I wasn't planning on coming on tonight, but it's kind of quiet around here. All right, so we're going to do 4 1/4, y'all. If I mess up, then, all right, so let me think about this. So it's 8.5, half of 8 is 4, half of 8 is 4, half of a half is 1/4. So we're doing 4 1/4. And we're going to score that, and what that does is that makes it easier for us to get a nice fold on this. And then I'm going to take this little bone folder. It's not exactly straight. It's a little bit off, but I think we'll be okay because it's going to give us a little bit. Let's see if y'all can see this. Maybe not. It's given us just a little teeny tiny bit of a hangover so that when you open the card, it makes it so that it's easier to open. All right, so I don't think I'm going to need this again, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this back so that I have more space to work with here. And I'm going to leave my extra paper there. All right, so now comes the fun part. I wrestled with whether or not I was going to cut everything out before I got online or just do it when I got online. And I decided to opt for the cutting it when I got online so that y'all can see how this works. Because for those of y'all that are new to die cuts, there is a little bit of a learning curve. I can't remember, about a year and a half ago, I started buying some different die cuts, and they really are a lot of fun to work with. Oh, you know what? I am going to need that cutter. So I'm going to take, and it's just easier if I cut my paper the size. All right, let me show y'all what I'm doing. Let me get you in the screen. I'm just going to take this, what's it called? This plate, this cutting plate, and it looks like it's about 3 inches. So if I cut this about 3 inches, this is a Tim Holtz little guillotine cutting All right, so I'm going to hold this down, and we're going to just cut that. And hopefully that's going to give me enough space to... All right, I'm going to leave my cutter out. And then we're going to come over here. And the first thing I'm going to do is, let me find out where my... All right, so I was looking at this before I came online. And it looks like what I have to do is we're going to take the bottom part of our sled... I know it is, and it's, you know, it's something that's really a lot of fun to do if you're just by yourself too. But you know, it's fun to do with other people. But I don't know, there's something about it that that is relaxing to do this. All right, so I don't think. All right, I'm supposed to get a bow in here. I don't know if I'm going to get a bow in here or not, y'all. I think I will. Actually, yep, I am. Okay, so let me get some tape, and we're going to tape this on here. This is like quick release tape. It's like not very sticky. And so I'm going to go ahead and make good use of the space that I have here. Spatial relations is not one of my strong points, but I'm going to work with it. And I'm going to just go ahead and cut these down. So I've got the bottom of the sled and the bow on here. And then we're going to take and we're going to put the top plate on top of this. And I'm going to tell y'all, if you do not have one of these little cuddle kids, I highly recommend that you get one. Berta, I am so thankful that you gave me that you sent this to me. Because I use this more than I use my big one. It's just, you know, especially if I'm working with small pieces, it's just so much easier to work with. It's light. It doesn't take up a lot of space. All right, here we go. And therefore, it's just as quick and easy to grab. All right, so we're going to take the tape off of here. Got it on two different pieces. I'll put that back on my magnetic strip. All right, and this is where, I think this is called a weeder. And so there are little holes on the back of the die cut. Let me show y'all. There are little holes there. And what you can do is you can poke something through those holes. Thanks, Berta. You can poke something through those holes. This, you know, like a toothpick if you don't have a weeder. I don't know. I had, what I bought was, what is this? This must be a piece for something. A bow. No? Oh, wait a minute. There was a little, oh my gosh, y'all. There is like a little itty bitty, hang on. I'm going to get another tool out. There is like a little tiny itty bitty dot that is for the middle of the bow. And you can take like a rhinestone pin and you can pick up your small pieces with it. I don't think, let's see, that and that. All right, let me see what we have here. I think this is all trash here. All right, we've got our sled. Hang tight. And all of these pieces are going to fall out. So there's the bottom of our sled. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take, all right, this is a new tool that I got. And I'm going to tell you, I like it because it has like, you can get like a really, really small line of glue on your project. Let's see if I can show you. All right, so you can see that little teeny tiny drop of glue? And then when you put this in the holder, the theory is that, all right, let me get my little dot on here first. We'll let that dry while we're waiting for everything else to happen. All right, and it'll dry clear. Okay, so we've got our little tiny dot onto there. But I want to show you this, this little glue tool. All right, I'm going to take this out of here. So the theory is, you see this thing right here? There's like a little silicone mat. And when you put this in when you put your little glue tool or whatever you want to call this in here, you see how right down in here that lines up with the silicone mat? The theory is that you're supposed to be able to just leave this on here and it won't, your glue won't clog up in the little tip here. I left it on my desk and it got clogged up, but this piece here has like a needle in it that you can use to poke. You can put this in here and you can poke that. So I was able to poke it and get it out of there. So what I will do, since I don't work with cards all the time, is instead of leaving this in here like that, what I'll do is I'll take the glue out and put the lid on it so that I don't have to go through that every time. I don't know if that makes sense. But the theory is you should be able to just leave that on your desk. Nothing will, it won't clog up, but mine did. And so in between, I've got a whole drawer for nothing but glue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lid on my glue, and then I won't have to worry about unclogging it every time I go to use it. All right, here we go. So I think these are just trash pieces. I'm just looking. All right, there's my bow. So I'm going to go ahead and throw these away. So we've got the red bottom, we've got the bow. There looks like there is something else that's red, but I'm not sure what it is yet. So we'll wait till we get around to that. All right, so now the next pieces that we're going to need, oh, I'm so excited about working with this, is looks like we're going to need the top of the sled. So this is the top of the sled that's going to have like the wood grain and everything. And I think what I want to do, instead of, and I may have to color this. I don't really like the brown that's in this kit. So I'm thinking that, oh yeah, I'll be able to use that. Let's see what happens with this. Let's try this one and see what happens. So we're going to get this out of the way so that we can cut us a piece of, and so what I do is I take like my leftover scraps and I save them. Well, let me show you before I do this. This was a white sheet of paper and I just covered it in brown ink, and so now I'm just going to cut this. I want to make sure that I've got it where I've got enough space on here. Let me go over just a smidgen more. Okay. And so I'm just going to take this scrap piece here, and we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to put this on here, and we're going to tape it down. Get the red out of the way. I wrestled with whether or not I wanted to color the bottom of the sled in red, and the verdict is still kind of out on that because I'm not thrilled with that color of red, but we'll see. All right, we're going to bring our little cuddle kit over here. And I like to run everything through twice just to make sure that it got a good cut on it. And then we're going to open this up. All right, I like this. I think I may end up, oh, you know what? Huh. Oh, look at that. Okay, so this is going to pull off of here. I thought the whole top was going to be on there, but it's not. What we're going to do is we get the different wood slats. And we're going to put these on here. Oh, this is nice, y'all. This is nice. I got this pattern last year, so I don't know if it's still available. It's a Sussex pattern. All right, so just for kicks, let's try. Let me get my red ink out. See if I've got a color red that I really like. Love Struck. Prom Queen. All right, hang on. I got my box of, I'm not thrilled with that color red. This is kind of pinkish. I don't think I have anything that's a deep red. What is this? Triple berry. No. Well, that may be the best red that I have, y'all. I've got this, but this looks more pink. That looks more pink. I don't see anything that would be like a red. And that's not going to be much different. All right. Okay, I guess we're going to go with what I have because that looks like the best option. All right, so we're going to put this back on our magnetic thing. We're going to put that over here, and then we're going to look at our pattern here and see. All right, so I've got another couple of brown things that I need to do. So let's go ahead and do that. So it looks like these pieces here are going to be the rails. I'll show y'all. These are going to be the rails. I may have messed up. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this on here. All right, looks like it's going to fit right here, so I'm going to look out with that. So I'm going to just take a pair of scissors because this whole size will not fit in my Cuddle Kids. So we're going to take and we're going to put this on here. These are going to be the rails. And I'm going to get my tape. And we're going to hold that down. And we're going to run it through. So I have a whole bunch of cards that I want to make. Where's your little tray? Oh, you know what? What would I do without you, Berta? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have not used that in so long that I forgot that I had them. Good job. This is exactly what I need. Thank you. It's right there in the top shelf. You know me better than I know myself. There we go. So we're going to put that over here. We're going to put this in here. So for those of you, these are from scrapbook.com, and these are like 4 by 3 inches or something like that. 5 by 3 maybe. Yeah, about 5.5 by 3.5 inches, and they stack on top of each other, and you can put all of your little pieces together. Thank you, Berta. I forgot all about those. All right, so here we go. We're going to do the rails. And we're going to open this up. These are the rails. I'm going to put these over here. And then we'll take this off of here. And we're going to put this right across here. So now the next piece that we need to do is, so those are the rails. We need to do this piece here, I think. Is it the piece? Let's see if that's what goes on here. All right, this one goes up top. This one goes down at the bottom. Okay, so these two pieces are going to fit, like, this is going to fit on top of that. So let me get, I need the same color. All right, let's see if I can get, if I'm going to be able to get, oh, that's going to just make it. All right, that'll work. So I'm going to get my scissors. So the one thing that's nice, I tell you what, with the, all right, let me make sure I've got this. This is going to just barely make it, but it's going to make it. You would not think that you would need to save some of these pieces that are so little, but I'm telling y'all, you'll be surprised at, like, you know, you wouldn't think that you'd still be able to use something on that piece there, but the pieces, some of the pieces are so small that they will. All right, so here we go. So we're going to go ahead and run this guy through. This is going to be the part of the sleigh where you steer the sleigh. How many of you ever, hey Cindy, how many of you have ever used a vintage sleigh? We used to have one when I was a kid, but we lived in Virginia. We had moved from Alaska, and all right, I'm just going to leave that on there. All right, here's the like the part that steers the sleigh, and we're going to put that in our tray. Anyway, we had that, and it stayed in our garage for a long, long time. And of course, you know, we didn't get much snow in Virginia. We probably get, I don't know, a good snow about once every 5 years. I bought that. Don't have any small embossing packs. You have this pattern? This one here? You have that, Cindy? Well, you can make it through me tonight, and then you can see how it's put together. Of course, you don't need any help. I usually learn from you. All right, so now we've got that part of the sleigh, and the next part that we need is the part that is up top. Does anybody know what the up top part does, other than probably just keep you from bumping into stuff? This part right here, not the pattern. Oh, the tool, this thing right here. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. All right, so that one, we're gonna make this one a different color. Let's see what color I have it. Oh, this might work. This might work if it'll fit. Oh, don't fall, don't fall. All right, we'll put it on here like that. All right, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. I'm going to turn it. You got to make sure that you turn this over the right way, or it's not going to cut. Let's see if that'll fit on there. That's not going to stick. The tape doesn't have too many repeat uses. All right, that one's going to work. And we're going to come over here, and we're going to put our plates on here. This is called Cuddle Kids. And I'm telling you, it is a game changer. It is so much easier to work with, Cindy, than the big one. That big one takes up a lot of space. And every time I have to use it, I have to twist and bring it around to my desk. And I don't mind doing it because once I get it on my desk, I leave it there until I'm finished. All right, so now we've got, and then I have to put it back. So now we've got this piece here. We're going to put that in our little tray. We've got our pieces. Oh, you need the plates? I'm not sure. This was gifted to me, so I can't give you any information. Maybe Berta can help you with where to get the plates from. because she does a lot of die cutting too, and she actually gifted this to me. Okay, so we're going to put that back. Let's look at our pattern again and see what else we need. Oh, we've got, so now, I mean, look at these little bitty guys, y'all. These are all like the rivets that are going, or the little screw parts that are going to hold everything together. Of course, it's just decorative, but all right, here we go. Oh, this needed to be lighter. All right, I probably should go black, so let me get some black out. I've got some black. That's blue. That's blue. And now I've got a folder with lights and darks. All right, here's some black. I'm going to put black on here because these are supposed to be darker. All right, so we're going to put this, and I'm going to put it right here in this little spot so that I don't waste the black down further. All right. Hopefully that's on there. Looks like it is. And then we're going to take the plates and we're going to put them together. Just kind of making sure. You've got to watch these plates because if they start bowing, then you want to make sure that you flip them over the opposite direction and then they'll flatten out. All right, let's see here. I did find out another thing too. I mean, if you put your die cut right at the edge there, then for some reason it won't feed into the machine, and it doesn't make any difference what machine I use. You see how here's the end of the plate, and then right about a 1/2 inch in, I have made it so that the die cut is not right at the edge there, and it's still, so I'm gonna have to turn it around, and it'll be okay. Because that die cut lifts it up just enough that if it's right at the edge there, you won't be able to, oh gosh, y'all. I'm almost thinking I need to paint these things on here. Look at that. Y'all aren't going to believe those. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I don't even know that I'm going to use those, but I'm going to tap them in here anyway, just in case. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to be better off taking a magic marker on this, to be honest with you. All right, we're going to take this off of here. And we're going to take our little tool. Look at that. Right? I think that's going to be a magic marker, not a magic marker, but a paint stick. Paint marker. Wow, this is crazy. Yeah, I think these are going to be, I'm going to go ahead and punch them out, but I don't see the reality of me working with these. But we'll see. I could change my mind. Look how little these are, y'all. Look how little those are. Okay. All right, so that is for the black. Let's see if I need anything else that's black while I'm at it. So I got those little things, All right, let's start gluing them on, and then we'll come back and we'll do like our pine cones and our greenery and stuff like that. All right, so I'm going to put this off to the side for right now. And let's bring this in here. And And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put these on here one by one. Can y'all see this okay here? All right, so we're going to use this little guy here. See, it already leaked out. We'll see how it does. And I'm going to go ahead and you can see it's got like a really, really fine really fine bead of glue on there, which is nice when you're working with little tiny stuff like this. Okay, so there's the first piece. So we've got the dark slide on there. I probably could have used something a little bit lighter, but here we are. This is our practice one, right? All right, so I'm going to just take. I will say this has got a really nice thin. I'll show y'all. Really, really thin. You see it? Bead of glue on here. All right, and then we're going to hold this on here. All right, so now we've got 2 down. So there's the wood slats on the top. Make sure that I've got it lined up straight. And we've got 1 more to put on here. And we're going to just take you don't have to worry about over gluing it, that's for sure. Because you can get a really, I had seen somebody, you know, I was watching somebody who was working with cards. This was like about a year ago. And I thought, well, that looks like a really, I think it was Simon Hurley. And I was like, well, that looks like a really nice tool. And I didn't have the money for it, and it just wasn't a high priority on my list. And finally, I had a time about, I don't know, maybe about 2 or 3 months ago. All right, here we go. And I had the money for it. I know, aren't those little things tiny? I think I'm going to use a paint marker, to be honest with you, Berta. I don't know that I've got. All right, so this is going to come, and it's going to go up top here. I kind of wished I would have used some different colors, like maybe a lighter brown and a different red, but I don't really have a red, so what I would have to do is actually paint with some. All right, let's put this on here. I'd have to paint or do some markers or something, because I don't really have I would like to have had a bright, like a fire engine red. That would have been really cute. All right, so there we go. So we got 1 more piece on here. Hey, Donna. Oh, it was Cindy said they are teeny tiny. Yeah, they are teeny tiny, Cindy. All right, so now we're going to put this guy up top. Look at these little things in here. Can y'all see those little specks? Those are like the little rivets I'm supposed to put on here. All right, we're going to get this guy up top here. And you know what? Where is my gray? I'm going to put a little bit of gray on this so that it's, hang on, I think my gray's in this drawer down here. Yep, there it is. I'm going to grab this and grab that. Where's my little, oh, here it is, right here in front of me. I got my little bag of, this little bag wasn't cheap, y'all. I can't remember how much it was, but I ended up having like reward points with Michaels, You would think maybe, you know, $3-5 or something like that. It was a lot more than that, and I was like, really? And but anyway, I had reward points from Michael's, and it was like a certain percentage off, and I thought, yep, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so let me get, I'm gonna just put this over here, and I just want to kind of tone this down a little bit. Y'all don't hear me say that very often. I'm usually the bright, vivid gal, but this is just a little bit too bright for me, for this vintage. I like this better. This is better. Vintage. All right, so I don't know if y'all can tell the difference or not, but I put just a little bit of like a brownish gray on here, maybe a little bit more. Oh, Bennett. It'll be okay. All right. Let me put this off to the side. We'll bring our little sled back. Get that out of the way. I'm going to just stick that there in case I need to use it again. And we're going to bring our sled back in here. And what is this called? This is called a My Sweet Petunia. My Sweet Petunia is what it's called, if any of y'all are interested. And it comes with 2 of the glue things. I'm not an affiliate with them. It comes with 2 glue, an empty glue in case you want to put your glue of your choice in there, and then their glue, and then you can always refill it after. Oh yeah, this looks better. Oh, that looks a lot better. All right, I'm going to show you in just a minute. I'm going to get this lined up. Okay. Here we go. Got that. All right, so now the next thing that we need to do, oh, where'd my bow go? Uh-oh, I lost my bow. What did I do with my bow? I have to do another bow. It didn't make the tray, Berta. What did I do with it? I may have to do another bow. Let me see. I don't see it. Did y'all see where the bow went? Did I drop it? I know, they are so tiny. They, this is crazy. I know I made them. All right, we may have to make another bow, y'all. All right, rather than just keep looking for it, let me just go for it. Make another one. All right, so I think the best way to do this is to cut this way. Not a big deal. We can make another one. It'll take me more time to look for it than it will just to make another one. I tell you what, this tape is called, I think it's called minty tape or something like that. I really like it. When I first started working with cards, it took me forever because I think I got it from scrapbook.com. And they were always out of stock with it. And I'm like, how can you be out of stock with it? That's like one of your main items. All right, here we go. No, that is something. I think I'm supposed to do something with that, y'all, and I'm not sure what. Oh, I think I see. Because it's like, it's definitely... All right, hang on. All right, I'm going to do this over here. Okay. I'm not sure what that is. But we're gonna knock the bow out. And then there's a little circle. Where's my circle? Here's my circle, which is part of the middle of the bow. Okay, this has got to come out of the middle, like that. I gotta figure this out. I don't know what that little triangle piece is. Oh. You know what? It's a good thing I had to make another one because I think I left off all kind of parts of this bow. I gotta figure this out. All of these pieces that I threw away, God was looking out for me. He hid it from me so that I would have to come back and make another one. Huh. Interesting. All right, so I got to figure out how this goes together. All right, so let's work on the bow next. Put these back in here. I'll put this up here so it doesn't get lost. All right, so now it looks like, let me get my picker pen. This one really needs a new tip on it. All right, so what did these things do? All right, let me look at this, y'all. We got 1, 2, 3. Oh! Well, will you look at that? All right, so if I'm looking at this right, these are like little accent pieces to the bow to give it, yep. Almost wished I had like a darker color. All right, so that's one piece. Then I guess this piece goes over here. With some little teeny tiny stuff, y'all. If you like working with little teeny tiny stuff, you'll like this. If you don't, you probably won't. All right, and then this piece here. Wow, you know what? That just really worked out well. And now my bow, the other bow will probably show up. God was just helping me along. All right, let me turn this upside down so I can get it. I can't seem to get it in the right place. All right, there we go. All right. All right, I know what I'm doing now. I thought there were a lot of extra pieces. I should have known better. All right, so let me pull these off of here. So I'm going to take this one on the board. And this one's going to come over here. And that one's going to come over there. Can y'all see this on the board? All right, and then the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little dab of glue in the middle. Just a little teeny tiny bit. And I'm going to put my circle in the middle. I think I might go over this with something. I don't know what. All right, and then we're going to come back. And now this piece right here, the one in the middle here, is going to fit on top. And you can see that this little glue thing is really nice because it'll give you just a very, very fine just kind of raises it up. All right. And then we're going to come over here, and this piece right here is going to go off to the left, and it's going to just kind of go around the corner here. And you're going to need, I find that the picker pen works better or easier than, you can't really see it, but, All right, and then we've got one more piece that is going to go over here up top. All right, so let me get another little dab of glue here. I mean, you can get like the most minuscule piece of, all right, let's see, how does this go? This goes this way. The most minuscule amount of glue with that gun. So it does have its advantages, I will say that. All right, you can't really tell. I really should have done like a different color. You can't really tell. It's kind of hard to see because it's the same color on top of the same color. All right, so we're going to come over here. Oh, we got to do our rails on here too, y'all. Put our bow in here. And then we're going to come in here. And I got to decide which one is left and which one is right. And it looks like, okay, so this one's going to come over here. And it is going to come down to, come on. It's going to come down to the end of this one. And then we got to put the little rivets on it. All right, I know what I'm doing now, so here we go. All right, so I'm going to pull this off. And we're going to put just a little teeny tiny bead of glue along here. And this little glue tool makes it possible. Now, when I pick up the other one, I'll show you what I'm getting ready to tell you. How you tell the difference between which one you use. All right, I like that. All right, so I don't know if you can see this or not, but look close. Like where I want your focus to be is right down here. Let me pull this in here so I can have a better reach. All right, so you see this piece right here? You see how it is angled going from the inside to the outside? It's angled going that way. That's how you know that you want this piece on this side, because you want the cutoff angle to be on the inside. All right, so then we're going to do another one. We're going to do the other side, and we'll push y'all back so you can see. Let's see, maybe not quite so far back. Maybe I'll bring you in a little bit. All right, and so now we're going to come in here. We're going to get this other rail. And I'm going to look at this, and there is a bigger side and a more narrow side, and it's got that little cutoff. Okay, let me see if I can show you. So this part up here, this part up top, I gotta sneeze, hold on. Excuse me. Excuse me. So you see how this piece up here is a little bit bigger, wider than that piece down there. And then this piece right here, see if I can put this on here. See how it's angled? The bottom of it is kind of angled. We want the short part of the angle to be on the inside. We don't want it to be on the outside. We want it to be on the inside of this sled. I guess a sleigh is what horses pull, huh? What's the difference between a sleigh and a sled? I don't live in cold country. All right. And then we're going to pick this up. I have found that in working with paper, that this little rhinestone picker is one of my favorite tools for small parts. Tweezers have a tendency for me to just kind of smash things. Maybe it's just me. All right, so there we go. Need to kind of straighten it up. See what we got? Hey Sherry, how are you? All right, so we've got that. Now what we need to do, all right, y'all, I'm gonna attempt to do these little itty bitty dots and see what happens. All right, so I don't know if you can see those little black specks in there, but that's what I'm gonna be working with. It looks like pepper. And so I'm gonna go across the top and I'm gonna put just a little teeny tiny dab of glue. And then I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to pick these up and one at a time. Can't tell if they're right side up or upside down. That's how small they are. I think that's one's upside down. You know what? If it's that hard to tell, it really can't be that bad, right? All right, this one here. And that one goes, oops, I picked it back up. That one goes there. All right, so this is what we have. All right, I see the three little like rivet things, screws that kind of pretend like it's holding it together. All right, so now I've got to go. I need two big ones over here. So I should have two big ones. All right, there's one. And I can tell this one's upside down, but I really don't think it's going to matter, y'all, as little as these guys are. All right, same thing. I'm going to come in here, and I've got to get a rivet here and a rivet here. So there's a little indentation on this. Here we go. We're going to put that one on there. Maybe. Come on. Come on off of there. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on. It's not coming off of there. All right, let's try it again. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Come on, I don't want you sticking to that. All right, let's try it again. You get another dab of glue on here. I mean, y'all, these are the smallest little things I think I've ever worked with in any project. All right, let's see here. I think the problem is if this falls on this black board, I'll never find it. So I better do it over my tray, y'all. All right, let's put it down in here. See if it'll, there it goes. Gonna have to wait for that to dry before you're gonna be able to see it. All right, and then let me pick up this guy over here. There we go. All right, I'm not sure if y'all can see this or not, but now we've got a rivet over here. I guess they're called rivets, and a rivet over there. And I'm just gonna knock some of that glue off of there. All right, now comes the really fun part. I mean, y'all, these are like, my pepper grinder puts out bigger chunks of pepper. Uh-oh, I just pulled that one off of there. I didn't want to do that. All right, so let me think about this a minute, because I've got, looks like there's one missing. Oh, there are two that go in the middle here, too. Wow. All right, I'm looking. I'm trying to figure this out. So the question is, am I going to be able to, let's give it our best shot, right? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. All right, so I'm going to go one here, one here. Y'all, look at that little bit of glue. Is that not crazy? All right, let's come over here and plunk this down. Just does not want to come. Oh, there it goes. And plunk this one down. All right. Nope. 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 I mean, it is so little. There it goes. Okay. All right, let's try the other side. I'm really thinking that this is about time for a marker to come out. But there is something to be said about having that dimension, right? All right, here we go. I'm going to wipe this off. And pick it up. All right, I got it on there. Oh, I took it off. Oh, I took it off again. All right. And then we're going to come over here with this little guy. All right, I got that one on there. Hold your breath, y'all. Wow. All right, so I've got, I don't know if you can see them. I've got two over here and two over here up top. Can y'all even see those? I don't even know if you can see them. All right, then I need one down here and one over there. So down at the bottom, we need to do one here. And I'm just doing an itty bitty amount of glue. All right, here we go. I'm going to come in here, grab, and I'm not even worrying about if they're right side up or upside down. If anybody's got good enough eyes to look and scrutinize that, then they deserve to find a mistake, right? All right, here we go. And then I'm going to get one of these out of here. Boy, Berta, I'm so glad you reminded me about my little trays. I would have been in a pickle trying to work with all these little things. All right, so there is that. Now I feel like I need to put one, it says two, but I only have, maybe they're different sizes. Maybe I got the sizes wrong on here. It doesn't matter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this one right here, move it into the middle so I can get to it. And I'm going to put it just right smack dab in the middle here. Let's wipe that off of there so I can see what I'm doing. Look at that little bitty dot of glue, y'all. I mean, let me put my finger next to it so you can get an idea of how little it is. I mean, it is little itty bitty. All right, and so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to pick this up with this picker pin. And I'm going to put that right down. Come on. I think I'm going to put it right down. Nope. Hang on. All right, let's try that again. I'm not sure. If it doesn't go on there, I'll just put a black dot on there. All right, it's on there. There we go. Oh, nope, it's not on there. All right, it's on there. All right, so this is what we have so far. So we got all our little dots on there, little rivets. And so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to work on the foliage, the bow. All right, so we're going to put this back in here, and we're going to come over here with our cutting machine. And, all right, so we've got some pine cones and some foliage. So I am going to, all right, let's see what kind of colors I have in my bags and see if we can use anything in here. This is mostly brown stuff. All right, I think I want to use this color here for the pine cone. It looks like the pine cone is two parts with one part being on top of the other. So I'm going to pull that. What is this color is that? It doesn't look pine coney. All right, so I think what I want to do, I want to do the dark color on top of the light color for the pine cone. So, all right, that's the foliage. That's not what I want. I want the pine cone. All right, I'll just tear this off of here because it's not going to fit through the machine. And, all right. So we're going to put this on here. Make sure y'all can see what I'm doing. We're going to put that on there. And then we're going to pull our plates out. And then we're going to go through. And we should get two parts to this. Oh, that is so cute. All right. All right, I'm going to put this over here for now. I don't want to lose it. And we're going to get my tray. Uh-oh. All right, that's the back part. This is the front part. Make sure y'all can see this, but I got to get the little holes punched out first. And I don't think I need these little holes, but I'm going to leave them in here just in case. The paper that that I'm working with for the cutouts, I think it's 120 pounds for those of you that are interested. Some of the paper, most of the paper, like the brown, is Simon Hurley's. I think it's 120, and it's a really nice weight so that everything holds its shape. All right, so now what I need to do is I'm going to take this color here, and we're going to do another pine cone because we want the I think it's the lighter part on top. Pasca. Oh, hey Brenda, how are you? Yeah, I'm thinking that I may be pulling out some Posca pins here in a minute if it gets too much smaller. All right, so we're going to take them, we're going to punch that out, we're going to punch that out. See how little they are? We're going to come over here, and we might be able to do, maybe we'll do two pine cones, one with a dark top and one with a light top. We'll see. We'll see how they look. And they're punching out here, but you definitely need like this little weed tool, I think is what it's called, a weeder. How many of you work with Cricut? Is that what this is called, a weeder? All right, so now we're going to do the same thing we did. We're going to get our picker pin out, a rhinestone pin, whatever we want to call it. I'm going to get the light and the dark. Oh yeah, that's going to be good. It's a lot of moving stuff out of the way. All right, so we're going to put this down. Probably be better. Hold on a minute. Make sure I got all the holes punched out. And I do. I want to put the glue on the back of the one with holes, and that way I know where to put the glue. Oops. For those of you that are interested, I'm going to be going online Tuesday night or Tuesday evening, early evening, and I'm going to have some items that I'm going to be putting up for sale. At 4:45 is where I'm going to start. There's our pine cone, y'all. Oops. Let me see if I can. Let's see if we can get this to show. There's our pine cone. I'm going to put that over there. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the other one too. And see which one we like better. All right. We're going to see which one we like better. We like the dark. The dark background with the light on top, or do we like the other way around? All right, here we go. Oops, I've got all kinds of glue on it. That one's going to have to dry. The verdict's still out on that one because you can't, I'm going to have to wait for the glue to dry because you can't tell. All right, so there's the pine cone. Now we're going to do some greenery. All right, I don't need my paper cutter anymore, so let me put this away so I can get to my paper. And does it have any? I thought it had some darker greens in here. Kind of does. All right, so we can use this, and we can use, that'll kind of be the holly stuff. And I think we'll use this deep green. Oh, and you know, when you know, I just put the cutter away, and now I'm going to need it. We're going to use a variety of greens here. All right, I'm going to cut this, there we go. Okay. All right, so let's see what we got here. We'll use these greens, and what other, let's see, I've got 1, 2, oh. Why do I keep going to this cutter would be my question if I was watching someone else do this. I just like straight edges. It just, I feel like it wastes less paper that way. So that's why I keep cutting everything. Unless, you know, you're down to the wire and it's not going to matter. But all right, so here we go. I wonder if I should, all right, let's see what colors we want to work with. Put that off to the side and that off to the side. And I'm thinking we're going to do the darker in the background, and we'll do the lighter. Let's put this in my envelope for my light stuff. And we're going to put a piece of tape on this so it doesn't shift on me. All right, here we go. We're going to cut this out. This is some greenery. Oh, those look like berries. I think I need to do those in red. All right, let me put these in my, yeah, those are berries. Those are there. All right, so now I need to do this on the red so that I can get my red berries. I don't want green berries. So how many of y'all like to work with cards and die cuts and stuff like that? I know you do, Berta. You make a lot of really pretty things. I do that too. All right, there's our berries. All right, there's our red berries. All right, so that's good. All right, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to take this off of here. We don't need the red leaves, but we had to do the red. I don't know why they put those, maybe so that you know that they go together or something. All right, and we'll take the tape off of that. And now we're going to come back and we're going to do the lighter green. Maybe we'll do a couple of these. Oh boy. Hoping this is going to be all one piece and not, yeah, okay, it is. I'm thinking I want to do another one of these. Let's turn it around this way. Alrighty. You cut your paper like that too, so that you don't have all those jagged edges. Yeah, it just kind of, I don't know, just kind of keeps things looking a little bit better. Now, once you start die cutting and everything, it does change the shape of the paper, but all right, I like that. I think I like this color, and I think I like that color with that color. All right, let's see if there's anything else on here. Oh, what is this goat? Oh, there's my bow, y'all. I told you it would show up. God was hiding it from me. All right, so I got to figure out. Oh, that's what those are. Boom, boom. What is this thing? I sure don't know what this piece is for. Where's my sleigh? It seems like it must fit right here. Well, we're not going to use that piece, y'all. I don't know what it's for, but I don't think it's important. Oh, I think I know what it is. All right, I think I know what it is. All right, so we need to cut a red one of these. All right, I'm gonna put that up there. This down here. Oops. Like I said, this tape doesn't give you a whole lot of reuses. All right. And then I think I want, isn't that funny? I told you that bow would show back up, didn't I? God was helping me out. He does that all the time. All right, so this, I think, oh, that's why those two little things didn't show up. I'm not sure if I want to do this or not. All right, this is supposed to go, and let me get this out of the way. So y'all can see, I almost lost that piece. This is supposed to go here. Oh, but you know what? Ha ha ha. That's not going to work because it needs to go under that. All right, we're not going to worry about that piece. Nobody will ever know, right? All right, so now I want to go ahead and let's do one more of these in a different color. Like maybe, what is that? Maybe this color. Nope, don't like that color. Maybe this color. And there we go, I need my cutter again. If I had more space on my desk, I'd just leave it out, but I don't. All right, so here we go. Another piece of tape. And I'm going to bring this in. Put this in our tray so I don't run it over or lose it. Here we go. There's some more of these little circles. Maybe we can add them to what we're doing. And all right, get my little weeder thing. Oops, y'all can't see what I'm doing. Sorry. All right, we're almost done, I think. All right, we're going to put this over here. I think that's all the pieces. I almost feel like I want to use another one of those, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, when I first started out with these envelopes, I had like, you know, one for reds, one for blues, one for blacks, one for browns. And now what I've done is I've gone to mostly, there's some black in here, but like blacks and browns and shades of blacks and browns. And then the other one that I had was, I do have some for blues. I can't find the one that I had. Oh, for like, this one's for lighter shades, like whites and creams and golds. And I just kind of simplified it a little bit so that I didn't have to weed through so many different envelopes. Like a dark one and a light one was what I found to be the easiest to keep everything organized. All right, so here we go. So now we're going to see what we can do for putting together our bows. Get all these little extra pieces of tape out of the way. And there's red and green. All right, I don't want that. All right, let's see what we can do here. We're going to take, and oh, that doesn't show up against that at all. All right, hang on. Don't like that. I thought I did a green one. I know I did. Huh. All right, we're gonna do this color here, because this is gonna show up. All right, so we're gonna put that there. And on top of that, all right, I'm just gonna kind of play with this to see what we get before I actually do anything with this. I guess we could take this dark one and put it up against the lighter one. And then throw a pine cone in there. All right, I'm gonna have to put, there's no doubt that I need to put the lighter color in the background, otherwise nothing else is gonna show up. So this is where your flower arrangement techniques come in. All right, and we're gonna just kind of put this on here. And then we're going to, glad I did this lighter stuff because I definitely need All right, so this is what we have. Just trying to give us a background that, hey Chantel, or Shatia, is it Shatia? All right, so we're gonna do that. And then we could probably get a darker green and then maybe do one of these. No, I don't like that darker green in there. All right, hang on. And then we can do maybe that and stick a bow on it. Oh, you can't really see that bow very well. And a pine cone. All right, we're gonna go for it. All right, so let's take, and we're gonna just do this and down at the bottom. Just put a little bit on each one of these branches. And I'm going to make kind of like a little spray. I don't know what it's called. But we're going to just kind of put some of that down there. I'm going to put this over here so I can get to it. I think I'm liking this little tool for the glue, y'all. Oh, can't see if I put it there. All right, hang on. I think I'm liking it. Okay. This is what we have so far. Hey, Jeanette, welcome. Welcome to my page. All right, and then we're going to stick, let's see how I want to do this. All right, let's get some of these little red berries. Oops. Probably could have used some more red berries, but that's okay. Come off my finger. There we go. All right, and so I'm thinking I may put the bow on here. And I don't know, maybe we'll put the pine cone right here. I got 2 pine cones. Okay, maybe let's put them both on there. And then we'll have the bow peeking through here. Maybe down, like down in here. All right, here we go, y'all. Okay. Oops. Well, there's no moving it now. That bow doesn't show up because of those red berries. Let me pull the berries off. Nope, not pulling the berries off because it's going to bring everything with it. Okay, so this is what we have. And now what we're going to do, we should have a card around here somewhere. All right, I'm going to put this back in its sleeve, and we're going to get this out of the way. See these little, and then I always keep the picture or the number of whatever it is that's in here and the company that makes it. So I can look at this when I'm going through my stash, and I can see exactly what I'm going to make with that without having to pull anything out or anything like that. All right, let's get our card and see. Oh my gosh. All right, let's put this over here. Trying to decide. All right, so what do y'all think? We'll just put it on here like this, like sideways. And I have, not sure how this is gonna hold out, but I want to try this. It may be that we have to put it inside or something. You can see I haven't used this. I want to put a Merry Christmas on here. Oh, come on. There we go. All right, so I don't know. We're going to see what this looks like. This is a different set. I'm going to put that over there. All right, let's get some of our red that will match. Here's some red. Here's some more red. And I'm kind of hoping, oh boy, did I get blessed with that. That's going to just fit on there. All right, so we're going to take and we're going to put that, we're going to bring that back into. Boy, that just fit. And I need to make sure that it's inside the plates, otherwise when it goes through the machine, it'll kick it out. Make it cockeyed. All right, here we go. I have no idea what this is. If these are going to be individual letters. I have a feeling they're going to be individual letters, but we're going to find out here in a minute. All right, let me get this out of the way. Oh yeah, they're all individuals. All right, let me get this over here. What does it say? It should say Merry Christmas. All right, let's see what we got. All right, my little weeder thing. Here we go. Let's see what it says. Oh my gosh. You know what? I think I could have not picked anything that could be smaller than what I'm working with today. All right, we're going to put these in here. Wow. All right, I'm not sure if I'm going to use these or not. We're going to find out. I'm going to poke them all out. All right, I think I need to do, I probably should have done those in a different color. But I think what I'm going to do, hang on. It has a banner. Let's see how this ends up turning out. All right, we're going to put that off to the side. We're going to put this on here. The letters are supposed to fit in the banner, but I think what I might do, I may just put them on the card somewhere. We'll see. So this is going to say Mary. I need white letters. I need some white letters. I should have done white. All right, let me get some white letters. Yeah, all right. But let's do this again, but let's do it in white. All right, let me grab some white. That's why I have it. And I'm going to just cut this. And tape this. Hey, Shay. Thanks for joining me. I had some free time tonight, and I wasn't able to come on last night, so I thought, well, I'm going to come on tonight and see what we got. I wanted to make this card. All right, so here we go. Pull this off of here. M-E-R. All right, hold on a minute, y'all. M-E-R. Where's the Y? Okay. All right, so I've got to do this twice, it looks like. All right. So hold the presses. All right, let me put this on here a second time, see if it's going to fit. Nope. All right, let me get the other one. Oops, I don't know why they did that. Who makes this? They should have done all of the letters. All right, here we go. I'm going to cut that end off. There's my scissors. If I don't put them back where they belong, I end up looking for them. So that's why it probably looks kind of crazy that I keep turning around behind me and putting the scissors behind me, but that's kind of where they go. And otherwise, I'm like looking all over my desk and then I can't find them. All right, here we go. All right, well, I don't know why they did it chose to do it that way, but they did. Let's see, Christmas is going to have 2 S's, so yeah, so you got to run it through twice. Interesting. All right, here we go. M-E-R-R-Y-C-H-R-I-S. All right, we're going to be good. I like this really heavyweight paper because it just really does well. All right, so you can do one of 2 things. This one didn't. I probably didn't run this through twice. Oh well. We're almost there, y'all. Almost there. Okay, put that back in there. Whew. Okay, so now, wow. What is that letter? Oh, that's an R. All right, that one didn't get punched out. These aren't going to work. Oh my goodness, really? All right, let me try and do it this way. I really need to punch them out. It didn't punch all the way. Oh no. It's not gonna come out. Oh, there goes the S. All right, maybe I just need to use this little tool here. All right, we know we're going to need a C. Oh, that one's going to come out too. All right, this is good. We're making headway. C, Christmas. Mary is E. Wow. I sure picked a project that's got lots of little tiny guys, didn't I? Tell you what I'm thinking. Instead of working with the little letters, I think what I want to do... All right, let me see. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I think I want to do that. All right, so there's an R. Where's my E? M-E-R. See if this one's going to punch out. Yep. Nope. Maybe. Nope, that one's not going to work. All right, I'm not so sure that this is the way to go. This is going to take another 30 minutes at this rate. So I was thinking that we would have the letters red and the background white, but I don't think I want to do this. All right, let me just see for kicks if this would even fit on here, which it won't, but it could. So I could put it like right down here. Huh. And where's the other one? Could do Mary that way. And Christmas over here. And it's just kind of crowded. All right, what I'm going to need to do is find some kind of stamp for Merry Christmas, I think. I think I need some black on here. I think it's too much red. All right, I don't like that. So let me put this off to the side. We're going to put this off to the side. All right, hold on, y'all. And we're going to put this back in this envelope. Now, what I will do is, I think I have one more of these small magnetic, matter of fact, rather than try and fight with that, hold on, I'll show you what I do. Maybe, maybe not. I must be out of them. Huh. Okay, well, just kidding. We're going to put this in here. And I'm out of my little magnetic sheets that are this size. And then we will put this in here. Come on, there we go. All right, and then that'll just be there together. All right, so now what I need to do is I need to see if I have a stamp, a Christmas stamp nearby. That would be better. Thought I did. I was going through these the other day. I need a Christmas stamp. Let me see what I have in this pile here, because I pulled up a whole bunch of stuff. Warm holidays. Aloha. Let's see what I got. I got a bunch, all my Christmas stuff out. What does this say? That's too big. But Merry Christmas. We can put this on the inside. I think we'll do that. We'll put Merry Christmas on the inside, because I've got this one that says Merry Christmas, And look at this one. I want to do this one next, I think, y'all. I think that'll be fun. All right, so let's do, I know I've got a different, I thought I had a Merry Christmas that had like a script on it. But, all right, so we're going to pull this off of here. Ugh. And try not to bend it. We'll put this on the inside. All right. So the question is, what colors, how do we want to do this? Hey, Pat. All right, let's see how I want to do this. Let me get this right. All right, that's the way it fits. So should I do, I think I want green, y'all. I think I want green. We need more green. So we're going to do Merry in green and let's try it. Let's see what happens. And the trim in black. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, and then I know what we can do. Oh, I should have done it before I... Huh. All right, let's try it. All right, so we're going to do Merry in green and Christmas in green. Let's see if we can get this all on here, and it looks like we can. We're going to do Merry and Christmas in green, and then we'll do the outline in black. And then we'll just have the sleigh on the front. I feel like we need to do like some kind of background or something. All right, let's see what we got here for the front. I'm not sure what, but it needs something. There's Christmas. There's Merry. And we're going to punch this out. That's what they give you these little holes for. At least that's what I think they gave me these little holes for. That's what I use it for, is I take and I punch it out. And then at some point it will release itself and fall out. There it goes. Oh, I like this. I think this is going to be a good choice. Oh, I like this. All right, here's the Merry. Isn't that pretty? Oh, let me do it backwards so y'all can see it forward. Isn't that pretty? All right, there's the Merry. And then here's the Christmas. Oh, this is pretty. I like this. I like this. I'm glad I chose this. All right, let me show you Christmas. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take the black, and this is going to be the outline. Let's see if we can get them both in here without them crowding each other. All right. Oh, yeah. this is going to be a good choice, y'all. What do you think? I'll make sure I got it nice and all right. Put this back on here so I don't lose it. It's not hard for me to lose stuff, y'all. There we go. There we go. And there we go. All right, I'm going to put that there for now. All right, so now what we have, here's Christmas. I'm not sure white and black was the right color. All right, let's see what happens when we get it in here. It's got to be, not sure I like the black. Let's see what we got here. Which way does it go? There we go. You know those puzzles that you did when you were 2 and 3 and 4? All right, let me see. I don't know if I like that. All right, let me think. I don't think I like the black. What do y'all think? Tell me what you think. I don't like the black. What color? Maybe a cream? What do y'all think? What color would you put behind the green? The only other thing we could do is take the shadow. No, it really needs that outline. All right, let me think what color, what color, what color. I don't think red. Huh. I guess I'm going to just go with the black. It's not my favorite. The black would not be my favorite, but so we can move along here. I'm going to go ahead and that's what we'll do. So what color would y'all use with the green? Go with the red? You think the red? All right, I'll give it a try. I will give it a try. Let's give it a try. I think the black is too dark. All right. Let me get my cutter again. All right, let's try it. All right, we only need the, put that up there. We only need, let's see if that's gonna fit, and it will. Just the outline. You know what I should have done? Tell me what you think about this. What if we did, hey Jody, what if we did Mary in white and the outline in green? That might be a better idea. I think that might be a better idea. Let's try that and see what happens. We could even still, if we had the Mary in white, I mean, well, let's see, let's go with this. Let's see what happens with this. All right, here's our green. I don't think it shows up well enough. What do y'all think? Let's try. All right, let me just pull this off of here and see what we have. Just so if we're looking at this. All right, let me try. All right, let me get my white. I need to get another sheet of white, a big sheet. Let's try this one here. All right, so what did I say? Green. All right, this is what I'm thinking. Where is my words? Where are my words? All right, here they are. All right, so let's try the words in white and the background in green. I think that's what we need to do. I think that's what's going to be our answer. Yes, yes, Berta, you're saying this. You're thinking the same thing I'm thinking. All right, so I'm going to do the words in white, and we can either have a red or a green background. I'm thinking green because we already have enough red in the front. So I think we got it. I think we know what we're doing now. Why is this not going all the way through? Huh. All right, let me try it again. Where is my... All right, I'm going to take this and cut it. Not quite sure why it's not going all the way through. I may have to do it a couple of times. All right, let's try it again. If not, I can use a different white. All right, here we go. I'm going to do it several times. Make sure it goes all the way through. All right, let's hope that that one worked. Looks like it should have. No, it's not. I think it's just so thick. Oh, here we go. All right, it's coming up now. I think it's just that the paper's so thick. Maybe this particular die cut isn't as tall as some of the others. All right, let's see what we got. Let me take the tape off. I'm getting kind of excited to see how this turns out. All right, Mary came out, so that's good. Looks like this one's going to come out too. Come on. Gotta make sure I get that eye, that dot for the eye. All right, be patient, Julie. Be patient. Where did my reader go? There it is. Here we go. Where's my... I don't want to lose my little dot from my eye. It's right here. Another little guy to work with, right? I've had some small pieces, that's for sure. All right, there's Merry Christmas. Let's punch this out. I think the white on the green is going to be the answer. What do y'all think? I know, I've come this far. We got to finish this thing out, right? All right, so there's Christmas. Now we need the background in green. All right, we don't need that. I'm going to put that over there. And now we need, all right, here's Mary. Yeah, I had a friend growing up. Her name's Mary, and she spelled it M-E-R-R-Y. Her mom spelled it M-E-R-R-Y because she was supposed to be a Christmas baby. So I always think of her every time I see her name spelled. All right, so there's Mary. Let me put it this way so y'all can see it. All right, there's Mary. There's Christmas. We're almost there, y'all. We're on the home stretch. Now all we need is some green paper. I got my eye right there. In case I ask you where it is, it's in my tray, the dot to my eye. All right, and then we're going to cut one more piece of paper. Ooh, I had another idea too. We're going to cut some green. I tell you what, y'all, I can make a mess. It is like crazy. All kinds of stuff. I thought I was going to have an easy project, lickety-split. It was just going to go as planned, and I really didn't expect it to take more than about 30 minutes. I'm probably, what, about an hour and a half in now? I have more patience than you do, Shay. Like Berta said, you know, we're almost there at this point. You know, you got to hang in there at this point, right? All right, here we go. You can't leave y'all hanging. That wouldn't be fair. All right, here we go. I'll make sure this goes through. Now, see, this paper's a little bit thinner, so it's cutting through. The die cuts are cutting through it easier. All right, here we go. All right, looks good. 1, 2. I'll put that up there. Put this over here. The die cuts over there. All right, I think this is the answer, y'all. I think this is what we were looking for. So let me get Mary. Oh, here it is. No. Okay, here we go. Whew, scared me there for a minute. I got stuff everywhere. All right, oh yes, oh yes. Oh, yes. All right, let me clean this up a little bit. It's got like a little piece that, like a hanging chad. We've heard that before, haven't we? All right, there's that. And I got to get the dot on the eye. Don't let me forget to get the dot on the eye for Christmas. All right. Y'all, I think this is the ticket. Yes, all right. I definitely don't like the red and the green. It's just, I think it's the wrong red. Maybe if it was a different red. All right. Oh, I'm not sure. Merry Christmas. All right, let's see if we open this. Oh, golly. Not sure. Y'all tell me. I'm not convinced yet. Kind of bright looking at you. We could do it. All right, so if we open this up. All right, y'all tell me what you think. I'm not sure I'm 100%. I don't know what the right colors are, but this is what we have. White on black, maybe? Let's try that. All right, y'all tell me. There is white on black. This is, there are two different words, but you'll be able to see the colors. White on green. Let me see. Let me look at this a minute. Wow. So I'm trying to get the perspective of, okay, so you open the card. What do y'all think? Should we do white on green or white and black? White and green? Just say green or black. Maybe green. What do y'all think? White and green or white and black? This is what, it's kind of hard to tell because you almost, all right, here, let me put this off to the side here because when you open it, this is what you're going to see this on the front. Do we have white and red? Did I have red? I got red. Maybe red. Maybe it is red. It may be white and red. I don't know. Y'all decide. Tell me what you think. Something about the white and the white background. You like the white and green? The white and green. So y'all like the white and green. Where's my white? Where'd it go? I lost it. Oh, don't do this to me. It couldn't have gone but so far. I haven't moved. White and green background. Well, you know, another thought is we could just go Merry Christmas and not have the back. Where'd my white go? Huh. We could just say Merry Christmas and not have the shading at all. Y'all, I lost it. I haven't gone anywhere. White and green. I need, all right, what did I do with it? Did I drop it? Huh, that's weird. All right, where did I hide it? Oh, I think we said white and green. All right, there we go. There's Mary. And here's Christmas. Background or no background? All right, I need white. Christmas needs to be in white. All right, I think this is what we'll do. We'll do the green background with the white letters. All right, let's do that. All right, let me get this on here first. We got to glue these together. All right, we're almost there. And this is where this little Jasper really comes in handy because you can go all in between on every one of these letters with just a minimal amount of glue. We're almost there, y'all. Okay. get a small brush, kind of clean this up a little bit. All right, I made the decision. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to do Mary, and I can't turn this one around because it's got the background on it. And then we're going to do Christmas. And then after I get this on here, I'll put my dot on here. All right, here we go. And I think I need to put some dots underneath the kind of raise. Oh, we should raise this is what we should do. We'll raise the Merry Christmas, and we'll raise the sled. I'll get some dots or something out. Okay, here we go. Move the card out of the way so I don't drop it on the card. I do like the white on the green. I will say that. I do like that. All right, then we're going to just kind of wipe away some of this excess glue. Hopefully it'll won't show too badly. All right, now I got my itty bitty dot for my eye. I'm going to put a dot of glue right here. And then I'm going to pick up my dot, which is so minuscule. And there it is. It cooperated. All right, so there's Christmas. I know it's backwards. It's kind of hard to really tell. Oh, that Y keeps wanting to lift up. Why is it doing that? All right. Put that in my water so it doesn't glue itself together. And now, what did I say I need? Glue dot, something to raise this with. All right, let's see what we got here. I think I need, oh, you know what? The sled's gonna need like some dots or something. I got some squares. Let's see if these are going to be small enough. We'll put that on the front. All right, these I'm going to use some strips. So I think we should do the outside first. And let's see if these are going to be, those are kind of big. Let me see if I have something smaller. That's really small. What is this? Nice. Let's see what we got. All right, let's do these. Look like a good size. Brown ink pad. Oh, you mean on the inside or the outside or both? Because I feel like it needs something. That might be a good idea, Berta. Are you talking about do a little bit of brown on the inside and the outside? And I think I need to do the edges too. So before I get too going there, let me go ahead and I think that's a great idea. Brush it on the white. Inside. How about outside too? I think outside too. All right, we're almost there, y'all. We are on the final drag here. All right, let me move that out of the way. I think I'm going to do inside and outside. All right, let me see. I need to offload that any. All right, let's just enough to take the glare off of it. And I'm going to do both sides. There's a bit of a glare on it. Maybe some gray would be good too. I might throw some gray on here also. I'm going to do the back. I'm going to do all of it because it is pretty bright. It's hard for me to think something is too bright. So if it's bright, it's really bright. Okay, that's gonna, oh no, low battery. Hold on. Let me plug my phone in. Hang on. There we go. Good as new. Okay. I feel like, I wonder if I should, I'm going to do a little bit of like an ice blue on this too. See if I can find like a real light blue. This one. This is the one I want. I might even end up cutting another one. And maybe blue is what I need instead of green. I don't know. We'll see. Where'd my sleigh go? Let me throw some blue on this and see what happens. If this messes up, then I'll cut another sheet of paper. But, oh, you know what? Oh, I wish I would have thought of this first. All right, we'll see. Yeah, I like the blue with this. I like the blue. The brown kind of tones it down, and then the blue makes it look like almost like a sky. And I'm going to go along the edges with the blue. Good suggestion. All right, and then we're going to do some on the inside too. Do I want blue or do I want... All right, let's just do it. Let's just make it consistent. I was thinking about maybe going with a green or something. All right, we'll do this side. All right, let's see that. Oh, I like that. I like that. Still feel like it needs something else on here, and I'm not sure what it is. All right, so we'll go ahead and we're gonna put this on here. Anything else y'all can think of before I shut it down? Before we call it quits? I like the blue and the brown with it. I think I need more blue on the inside though. All right, let's see where our Merry Christmas is. Yeah, that kind of tones it down quite a bit. Okay, I think what do y'all think? Are we good? Snowflakes. Whoops. Snowflakes. What do I have for snowflakes? You know what I pulled out? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, you know, I don't think I have any stencils with snowflakes. Let me look. I don't. Let's see what this is. No. I have like essential stencils, but they're all the way in the back of the house. Where is that? I'll show you what I had. Tell you if I can find it. I pulled it out because I was thinking snowflakes. Somewhere I've got like a wax stamp and I pulled it out, but do you think I can find it right now? There's that, there's not that. I don't know where it is. Let me start putting some stuff away and maybe it'll show up. Because I thought snowflakes too. Not there. It's in a box because I just pulled it out. It's not any of that. That's not it. Bumblebee. Happy Mail. That would have been. I've got like a wax stamp with a snowflake on it. And do you think I could find it? Nope. Too much stuff on my desk. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. So, let me decide if this is something. All right, let me put these away. Get this put away. I have that's not what I wanted to happen. What I have, let's see if I can get this, is, get those out of the way, all that stuff put away. All right, so what I have, I can do, I think this is like a pearlized, this is a frosted. All right, so let's see. All right, we got this. We got our words. So this is what I'm thinking. I'll go ahead and we'll put these on here. And then I could do, these are kind of big though. I could do some wax stamps on here. All right, let's get, I need some smaller. Whatever size I use, I need to use the same thing for the whole thing. What is this? Double-sided tape. That's not what I'm looking for. All right. Let's get this guy on here. I think that's what we need to do next. It's awful thick. I need something thinner. Let's do, I'm going to use a lot of, we're going to do a lot of raisins, so let's do a smaller amount. All right, so I'm going to go in here and we are going to put these on here. I'm going to grab my scissors. I think this is just like 1 millimeter or something like that. Nothing extremely long. I need to cut that off just a little bit. No? All right, so we're going to bring this in here. And then we can put, if I leave some space in here, then maybe, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try doing these wax things. Let me get my little guy out here. Come on. Let me plug this in. Haven't used this in a while, so now's a good time to give it a try. All right. This has got to go up here. This has got to be put away. Get some of the stuff off of here. All right, we're going to plug this in. I think now is a good time to try this. And I think I'm thinking we'll do white snowflakes. You think white or blue? I'm thinking white. I've got it. White paint. Dating with the top. White paint. Stickles just makes little dot. Oh! You just said the magic word. Ha ha ha! I just got this in. It's called Contour, Pentart Contour. Oh, that's black. We don't want black. That would be a mistake. I've got this that I can like make snowflakes with. Ha ha ha! That's what we're gonna do. And then I might do some stamps too. I might do a combination of things. All right, so we're gonna put this on the back of our sled. I think we're on the home stretch now, y'all. Need to cut this down. It's a little bit too long. Boy, the size of these strips is like perfect. All right, now what I need is like a little dot or something to Little bitty dots. Little bitty dots. And I think these are 1 millimeter too. Small is all it says. Oops, that didn't work out very well. All right, we're on the home stretch. I'm hoping these are all the same height. We'll find out here in a minute. Well, these things are another little thing that I found to work with tonight. It's crazy, huh? All right, so we're going to put this. Gosh, I almost could have raised it up a little bit higher. All right, well, we'll just do 2 of these. Right? Oops. We do 2 millimeters, but we'll just raise this up. Do 2 layers instead of 1. That's a little long. Okay, and I'm going to just take this little guy here. I could smell that. I smelled that wax burning. I'm thinking I'll still put a snowflake wax on it, maybe on the front or something. Oops. All right, 3 more, and then we'll stick it on there. Now I've got this contour stuff, and you can draw with it. You can do anything you want with it. So I may add some like snowflakes and some squigglies or something like that. These little things are hard to get out of here. Come on. That one's off. That one's off. Okay, here we go, y'all. Here we go. I hope I've got all of those. Looks like I got them all. All right, we're going to put this on here. It's on there now. Not going anywhere. All right, so this is what we have. We've got that. And now we're going to do the inside. We're going to do Merry and Christmas. And then we'll do some kind of snowflake action. Mary. Christmas. All right. This is what we have so far. So we've got this. My screen went dark because yours, the oldest daughter, suggested that I try making badge reels. It has seen a lot of coworkers, wanting some. What's a badge reel? Let's see if I can get to the back of this. Oh, I tried making badge reels. It has seen a lot of coworkers wanting some. So I tried it, made 8 at her. Oh, wow. She calls me, Mom, my friend just picked up 17. Wow. Wow, that's awesome. Oh, yeah, I definitely want to see pictures of them. White paint dotting with top of your toothbrush. Oh, you mean like splattering the paint? Oh, I should have done that before I should have read that before I did this. All right, what I'm gonna do, I've got this contour paint, and I'm gonna put some of these frosted things in here. Maybe 4 of them. We might do a wax thing. Maybe we'll do the wax snowflake on the back. All right, let's see what we got here. Let me give it something to practice on. I always like to practice first. All right, I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put some dots on here. Just kind of fill in the empty space. Yeah, I want to see those. What's a badge reel? That's exciting. I am so glad that you were able to sell all of those. And then you got 17 more orders. That is so awesome. All right, this is going to work, Berta. This is something new that I bought, and it gives me a chance to try it. Stickles would have been good too because it's shiny. But this kind of fills in that empty space that was there. I like this. Great, great, great idea. Oops. I'll show you what I have here in just a minute. I'm not surprised they sold because you've got a lot of talent. I like the blue on here. All right, hold on. Let me show you what I got. See if you can you see the dots on there? That really filled in that space. But I can't do anything else until this dries now. So I'll probably open it up, and on the inside, I'll do something too. Yeah, that makes a huge difference. I was like, couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with the empty space. Oh boy, that didn't take any time to melt. But I can't use it right now because I don't know if there's an on and off. I'm thinking I want to put that like on the back. Yeah, this stuff dries pretty quick. Okay, so this is what we have. Gosh, still has low battery. It must not be plugged in. Okay, so this is what we have. We've got, oops, I just took a couple snowflakes off. I've got this on the front, and then this on the back, and then I think I'm going to do like some snowflakes on the inside, but I can't do anything on the inside until I get ready, I get done with this. All right, this was fun. Thanks for participating and joining me. It looks like you hung in there through the rest of the night with me, Berta. Thanks a bunch. I appreciate you so much. Say a prayer for Seth. He hasn't been feeling good for about the last 3 or 4 days, so he's been resting a lot and have no energy. And anyway, so I made dinner last night. He's pretty much been down for about 3 or 4 days now. So anyway. All right, so there we go. I like the way this sled turned out. I've been wanting to make it, so that's pretty cool. All right, I love you. Jesus loves you more, and I will not be on tomorrow. I will be on Monday, and then Tuesday I'm going to put some stuff up for sale on my page at 4:45 to 5:30. All right, so if you know anybody that's looking for Christmas presents, tell them to hop on my page and see if there's something they can buy for a Christmas present. All right, I love you. Have a great night, Berta. Tell your family I said hi, and Ava Grace too. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, bye-bye.